Greetings, family and friends at home in your pods. I'm here in my pod. I'm here in my kitchen. This is where I do my kitchen table coaching. I think that's what I'm going to call my new coaching because I do a lot of stuff right here. So there's a lot we can't do right now on the outside, but there's a lot we can do with ourselves and with energy. So I'm here in Austin. It's been raining so much for about 10 days. Off and on, we did have 2 days of sunshine. And so really we're just inside creating. So you're inside creating, you're inside doing your thing with your family and friends. Many of us are alone. And so here we are. So what we can do is work with energy. That is something that happens within ourselves that we create, that we manage, and that we invoke. And if you know me, you know I love the invocation. The invocation it means to bring in, to incant, to bring in other beings, higher entities, for the purpose of higher good. So invocation is kind of an old school word, but it means let's call it in. Let's call in some greater energies. And we can always stop and do sacred space. I know that it takes so little time to just set an intention, to read a decree, to light a candle. I lit mine back here. So simple, just to remember, like, we can just up our vibration a tad just by creating sacred space, just taking a moment, whatever it is, putting on a piece of jewelry. It's really good to wear diamonds right now, since we're getting into all the diamond codes, if you have any. But it's just wonderful to just let's call in something greater than this situation on the outside is at the moment. So today I thought we would invoke a higher energy of the platinum ray. The platinum ray is fierce in a loving kind of way. I've been working with it for years, and it's actually like a sword. It is like it's what the sword of Archangel Michael and Excalibur are made of. It's like the light structure that makes that sword. So it can cut away. Picture Archangel Michael just slicing obstacles and removing things. Picture Lady of the Lake, going down to preserve it until the perfect time that it's needed to sort of be the protector of it. Just picture this sword coming in and purifying our fields. So time to get on your massive creations, time to get on your massive co-creation, and time to work with what we have, which is our energy, bringing in amazing, beautiful energy so available to us. So let's just call it in. Let's call in this magnificent frequency. The thing about the platinum ray that I want to bring in today, which is already here, it's not like I'm bringing it in, it's available to all of us, but we're going to call it in together, is that it purifies. And purifying. Doesn't that ring true on so many levels? Doesn't that sound so necessary? Like right now, we could use some purifying rays. So let's call it in, Platinum Ray. I'm going to read a couple things. This is a book I wrote. You might have seen it. It's called The Platinum Ray Decrees. And actually, it was written through me. But let's share some of the information. I could read from this book for weeks on end because there's so much in it. But let's talk about what the platinum ray does. And so here's the first passage. The platinum ray helps first and foremost the entirety of the planet and Mother Earth, so to make her ascension. So it's here for the purpose of ascension. This is the planetary and purifying aspect of the platinum ray. For individuals, it is for final mastery and is called in to the body, made corporal, for the electrical or lightning work of ascension. So these are the two uses of the platinum ray: for purification of the earth and for mastery. A dual effort creating ascension for planet Earth and the beings who walk here. Yeah, so that's why it's here. It's very purposeful. And here's what the platinum ray has to say. It says, bravo to the artists of this ascension. And that is us. We're the artists of ascension. Isn't that wonderful? For the stakes are the highest to be found anywhere in all the galaxies. And doesn't that ring true right now? The stakes are high. I think this was written for this moment right now. And the light structure of this sword goes as such. One of the manifestations of the platinum ray is the atomic or light structure of the divine swords, the sword of Archangel Michael and Excalibur. The hand that holds these mighty swords is the soft, vulnerable flesh of man incarnate, that's us in flesh and bone, who goes from the lower density to the full expression of his light, that of the platinum ray and that of Excalibur. You would say that is where the flesh meets the metal. Isn't that great? Inherent in that human hand holding the sword is all the compassion one can bestow on such an arduous journey, and the suffering that has been overcome and transmuted. Forged to the journey of the human experience, one of the rarest forms of alchemy to be found anywhere indeed. Platinum ray brings the alchemy into the pure. Who doesn't need that? Right? Perfect time for this. So, a little bit more about the platinum ray. Like Excalibur, I rise out of the dark waters, creating a reflection of light. A pure beam that sits on the water, a silver cord that lays across the water, striking where needed. I work with God's army as I am a sword carried at all times by light warriors, for this is all a soldier of the light needs, the platinum ray. It wields the highest frequency of calibrated light, ready to strike at any moment with crystal clarity and divine precision. Yes, so this talks about the training of the forces of God's army, how it takes place on the holy mountain of God's righteous counsel. These are magnificent beings who have cultivated the perfect union of strength and compassion, holiness and humanliness, fierceness and gentility. They are able to destroy darkness and expose the light. They work with all the 7 rays, but the platinum ray is their weapon of mass justice. So it goes on to talk about how the army is ready to strike and call into action at this very moment. And there is a battle and it is being won. This is so timely. You on planet Earth and 3D are waging the same war, just in your current dimension. On Earth, it is the battle of God consciousness and wakefulness over sleep and mass consciousness. It's the battle over the mental battle over any negativity. So we fight beings who wish to interfere in any way possible with the full disclosure of light in all its forms, all of its dimensions, all of expressions, as in the beings of you and I. So that being said, let's take some of this delicious, wonderful, amazing, piercing energy, and let's just say it has 7 simple decrees. That's it. There's a period in my life where I said these decrees twice a day for about 4 months, and my vibration became so quickened. I was like, nobody wanted to be around me. You just get really intense and everything is just... Anyway, experiment at your own will with these. You can always get a copy of this, and because these are powerful. These are potent medicine. So here are my daily decrees, says the platinum ray. I am the platinum ray. I am the quickening ray of ascension. I am the virtuous frequency of impeccability. I am the silver light of intense purity. I am the light structure of the ethereal swords of Archangel Michael and Excalibur. I am the razor's edge of perfection. I am the twin ray of the golden Christed ray, and I am the quickening ray of ascension. So let's just bring in that into our bodies, calling in this electrifying force, feeling it come through the crown of the head. It sort of like goes through like a bolt of lightning, and it purifies all in its path, from our human body to our earthly body, to our heavenly body, to our light body. Just letting that come and permeate our field, moving through, calling it in. And let your day experience more purity of thought. Let it go in and work on our thoughts and our thoughts about the future. Like, wow, whenever we go there, like, how is this going to even be manageable in a week, a month, whatever. But any of those thoughts, self-doubt, fears, just know that we carry the light of the platinum ray. We're going to be okay. We are warriors of the light. There will be many things that happen over the next few weeks, and we got this. Just stay in the center of the storm, which is the center of yourself, in your purity, Yes, in your pure divine light. So thank you for letting me bring in this invocation, and namaste to you and much love.